into my hands. And I landed about a foot from the ground. The hose was between my legs coming out of the window. And it was like a bungee jumper. I was just bouncing a foot above the ground. and I, again, I didn't know what I was doing. I shouldn't have been doing it. But I was
been harnessed in.
So yeah. So I should have been, but being a young person, it was my own house. I was trying to save a buck. And, again, sometimes when you're young like that, you don't think about safety. And I never thought that board would come off the ridge like that, and it happened in a split second. So, again, now that I'm older, I think about, the end result of me falling. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So you guys do some pretty high up work, and you have all the right equipment to do it.
We're also, just in any other trade or any kind of work that you want performed at your house, you should always do a background check on the company you're hiring. Make sure they're licensed and certified.
And yeah.
But also our techs, we have 7 employees. All our techs are CSIA certified. We send them out to Indianapolis. That's the Chimney Safety Institute of America.
That's awesome.
So they're all CSIA certified. We have our CSL license, so we are licensed to build, HIC. I mean, in the state of Massachusetts, I'm the vice president of the Chimney Guild. So, I mean, we have experience on our side.
And it's not your first job. You've been doing
It's definitely not my first rodeo.
Many years. Well, you're a wealth of information, and again, I've never had a mason on the show to talk about masonry work, and there's a lot to it, and it's not something the average homeowner would be able to do, and I wouldn't recommend that to anybody unless you've got a background in it, because it is, it's specialty work. It's not something like, you're gonna recaulk your bathtub, even putting tiles up in your bathtub. I mean, that's okay. It's cosmetic stuff. But when you get into the nuts and bolts of a fireplace and a chimney, you can get yourself into some real trouble if you don't do it right. So,
most definitely, and that's a big issue. Most homeowners want to do it themselves, but that's what causes chimney fires and breathing of the carbons from your heating unit.
Yes, I agree, and again, I wouldn't do it myself either. I mean, I've learned in the past, like I just explained to you earlier, it's for the money you save, it's not worth having an accident or something go wrong. But thanks for coming in, Scott. I want you to just run down all your contact information and where can our viewers get in touch with you or your company. If they have a chimney issue, if you guys even have a question regarding structural issues with your chimney, something that you might have a question where you maybe you want Scott or one of his people to come out and maybe do an inspection, why don't you give our viewers some insight as to how they can get in touch with you?
Thank you. Well, my name is Scott Sarras again. We are located at 1127 Main Street in Hanson, Massachusetts. We can be reached 339-933-8531. I threw a blank there. Or you can find us on the web at www.thechimneychap.com. You can also look us up on our credential aspect with csia.org or the Better Business Bureau.
Excellent. Now, one quick thing. Could you tell us what CSI stands for?
Chimney Safety Institute of America.
There you go. I thought it was Crime Scene Investigator.
Yeah, you've been watching too much TV.
I didn't want to seem like I was too smart, but I didn't even know what that meant, to be honest with you. I knew it meant something to do with chimneys, but it's something I think everybody should be aware of. And again, just to open up, this topic about chimneys and their structural integrity and things like that. I mean, who thinks of that? I mean, I look at mine all the time, and there's one thing, and we got like 2 minutes before we run out of time, so run this by quick, and I wanted to ask you, and I almost forgot. On the outside of a chimney, when you see that white powdery film, right? What is that?
Effervescence of the brickwork.
Isn't that like Alka-Seltzer?
Similar. What's happening is because the brickwork masonry does have the salts and minerals in it, so the water's penetrating through. So what happens, it's pushing the salts out.
Is that good, bad, or okay?
That's bad. You should definitely stop that beforehand. And a preventive measure, again, is weather sealing it. Just applying the water penetrating.
Sprayer, and you spray it on? Is that how you seal it?
Correct.
Is that something somebody could do themselves?
Well, you can buy the cheaper stuff at your local hardware store, but we have the more commercial, stronger concept of it,
Okay.
and that's only available to professional chimney sweeps.
I got you. Well, that answered my question. I want to thank you for coming in, Scott.
Thank you for having us.
Been a pleasure, and I wish you the best of luck with your business. It sounds like you don't need much luck. You get by on your merit for sure.
Thank you.
And I want to thank everybody for watching another episode of Around the House. Feel free to contact me, your host, Steve O'Brien, at finisheddimensions@yahoo.com. I got it backwards again. finisheddimensions@yahoo.com. I got it right. What am I thinking? It's these lights. I'm telling you, these lights are driving me cuckoo today. And you can visit my website at finisheddimensions.com. Thanks again for joining us on Around the House. It was a pleasure having you in here today. And stay tuned. We're going to have many more shows to come. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you next time on Around the House.